Good day for everyone. So our assigned topic with Medieval is all about the Iron Age. Iron Age was an period in human history that started between 1200 BC and 600 BC, depending on the region then, and followed the Stone Age and Bronze Age. The use of Iron Age become more widespread after people learned how to make steel, a much harder metal, by heating iron with carbon. The Iron Age began around 1200 BC in the Mediterranean region, and year is with the collapse of several prominent Bronze Age civilizations, including the Mycenaean civilization in Greece and the Hittite Empire in Turkey. We have three types of tools. First, Iron Age mining tools. In the Iron Age, they simply used digging tools for small scale mining. However, some techniques were used for large scale mining. So we have two parts of Iron Age mining tools. First, fire setting, the act of intentionally or accidentally starting a fire. It can range from a simple interest in fire to more serious incident like arson. Fire setting can be a complex behavior with many causes and contexts. Second, the hydraulic mining, which called hashing, is an ancient mining technique that uses water to expose or deposit. Second types of tools is Iron Age stone tools. In the Iron Age, the stone tools were used for building underground chamber structures above the ground and for other activities and the complete structures. Stone tools were also used as cobble tools. The third types of tools is Iron Age hunting tools. The swords, diggers, lances, and spears were probably used for hunting. So, let's proceed the Greek Dark Ages. Greece had become a major hub of activity and culture on the Mediterranean during the late Bronze Age. The Greek economy has recovered and Greece had entered its classical period. Classical Greece was an era of cultural achievements of Parthenon, Greek drama, and philosophers including Socrates. Classical period also brought political reform and introduced the world to a new system of government known as democratia or rule of the people. So let's proceed the characteristic of Iron Age first technology as the use of scientific knowledge to create those techniques and processes that solve problems, improve lives, and achieve goals can be used in everyday life or in industry. Agriculture, that's the second. The practice of cultivating the land, raising animals, and growing crops to provide food and other materials for humans. The third is art and design. During the Iron Age was characterized by a variety of artistic and architectural development. So, we have a metalwork, for example. Metalworking became more sophisticated and was used for decorative and practical purposes. Metalwork was used in jewelry, domestic items, sculptures, and weapons. So let's proceed the architecture. So we all both know that architecture is kanang bitong mga liwatan na to. Then let's proceed the urbanization. Urbanization in the Iron Age was the process by which rural communities grew into cities, and the growth and expansion of those cities. It was a formative phase that laid for the foundation of political, social, and economic developments. The, the next is writing system. During the Iron Age, writing system included the Phoenician alphabet, the Greek alphabet, and the Nisbidi system. So, kani siya mo ni ang mga kanang makaibaw tawag sa ang pagsulti ba, and then how to understand their language. Then, sunod is region. Region in the Iron Age was diverse with many different beliefs and practices across the region. So, lahi-lahi man dyan tawag ka ng tinhuan or paagi. Next is bug bodies. Bug bodies are natural preserved human and animal remains found in pit bugs and are sometimes called bug people. They are often found in northern European countries including Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, and Ireland. Bug bodies are preserved by the bug's acidic, oxygen-poor, and low-temperature environment which mummifies the body's soft part, such as skin, hair, and stomach contents. The bones are usually not well preserved because the pit's acidity dissolves the calcium phosphate in the bone. Bug bodies are preserved from the Iron Age may have been the result of rituals sacrifice and may have represented high-ranking hostage. Pretenders to the throne or field kings. So the next is rotary grindstone. Was a tool used to grind grain into flour. A rotary grindstone is a hand-operated tool made of two stones stacked on top of each other. The top stone has a half hole in it for pouring grain, and the user rotates the top stone to grind the grain between the stone. Now let's proceed the Iron Age tools invention and technology. So first, improvement of farming tools. During the Iron Age, farming tools improved in a number of ways. So hindi man jud na itong ipa-improve ang atong mga kanang mga daily nga panginabuhian. Then, sunod, wood pottery. And an ancient tools used in the Iron Age to shape wood into a variety of objects, including bowls, buckets, bracelets, and wheel spokes. Sunod, rotary coin was a stone tool used to grind grain into flour. A rotary crane is made of two circular stones that fit together, with a top stone that rotates over a bottom stone. The top stone, called the hand stone, is heavier than the bottom stone, called the quern. The next is the ships. Iron Age ships were important for travel and trade. and were made from a variety of materials. Ships were faster than land travel before modern roads, and could carry more cargo than pack animals and most early road vehicles. For example, ani ka ng mga pambot nga na mga sakinan, yung mga ships may plano. So now the alphabet. So na-discuss naman to ginina no nga alphabet is we need to kanang makibaw sa ilang mga language para magkasinabtanay. Then the next is development of coloring agents. No, siya, no. Proceed the Persian Empire. During the Iron Age in the Near East, nomadic pastoralists who raised sheep, goats, and cattle on the Iranian plateau began to develop a state that would become known as Persia. The Persians established their empire at a time after humans had learned to make steel. The ancient Persians also fought off horseback. Next is Iron Age in Europe. Life in Iron Age Europe was primarily rural and agricultural. Iron tools made farming easier. Celts lived across most of Europe during the Iron Age. The Celts were a collection of tribes with origins in Central Europe. The Celts migrate throughout Western Europe, including Britain, Ireland, France, and Spain. Next is Iron Age hill forts. People throughout much of Celtic Europe live in hill forts during the Iron Age. Walls and ditches surrounded the forts. The various defended hill forts against attacks by rival clans. They grew crops and kept livestock, including goats, sheep, pigs, cows, and geese. Next is Iron Age British tools. The following are some of the tools used in Britain during the Iron Age. Iron tip pole, iron stickles, so discuss naman ni Kuan. Mabot na niya ni Mariel. Coins, kailan natag coins, war thrones, pottery, iron swords, Wandsworth shield, the Paterska shield, the water bow helmet, the great Thor from Shetishland. So the next is Iron Age tools in India. In the India subcontinent, the discovered Iron Age tools are mainly associated with the Vedic period. Painted grey ware culture, northern black polish ware, and second urbanization. So, let's proceed the After Iron Age tools. The After Iron Age tools are of two basic categories. So we have agriculture tools and pottery and weapons. Next, the bug bodies. So kay ba naman tayo no, nag-discuss naman ni. Bug bodies are corpses that have been naturally mummified or preserved in pit bogs. Example of Iron Age bug bodies include the Tollund man found in Denmark and the talisman from Ireland. Other Iron Age artifacts, including swords, cups, and shields, have also been found bored in pit bogs. Next is Iron Age weapons fact. The most common weapons of the Iron Age were swords, spears, axes, and shields. It is revealed from the Iron Age tombs of the men that the princess and noble state persons were armed with bronze armor and helmet, a shield and iron made attacking weapons, and axe or swords and spear. The swords of the Iron Age were short and were more much like a large daggers. They also used projectile weapons such as spears and javelins to attack the enemy from long distance. Next is civilization. Eras of human civilization and world history are split into three periods: ancient, post-classical, also known as medieval or the Middle Ages, and modern. The ancient period of world history are characterized by available materials used in tools for hunting, agriculture, and weapons. Next is from bronze to iron. The adoption of iron and steel directly impact changes in society, affecting agricultural procedures and artistic expression, and also coincided with the spread of written language. It is characterized by the use of iron in tools, weapons, personal armament, pottery, and design. Iron smelting in is much more difficult than tin and copper smelting. These metals and their alloys can be cold work, but smelt iron requires hot working and can be melted only in specially designed furnaces. It is believed that the shortage of tin forced metal workers to seek the alternative to bronze. During the Iron Age, the best tools and weapons were made from steel, particularly carbon alloys. So, Iron Age daily life. Most people were farmers and their lives revolved around the farming season. The production of iron tools helped make the farming process easier and more efficient. Some farming families spent part of their time making salt, grindstones, or iron. Most settlements have evidence of making cloth, woodworking, and even blacksmithing. So we have the list of Iron Age weapons. So we have swords, mura siya og kanang sundang bitaw. Then digger, same po siya sa swords. Sunod, knives. Kung mura siya kutsilyo bitaw nga basta something nga mura siya baw. Then shields, kay baw na ito sa ng shields para pan safety o kanang mga kuan, gira-gira tayo. Espada. Then si mura siya aksa at sa din spears dali siya sa tumoy nga mura bitaw something na pangbuno man ata na. Then lances, same ra po siya sa lance, same ra po siya sa knives. Sunod, javelins, mura siya og kana bitang gamiton nga bisan layo ang imong kontra imong tiradahon kanang mura siya stick. Then ang tumoy kay murag na ay talinis nga murag kutsilyo nga na. So si Mariel Devil na ang mo continue.